This is season number 19 of Bass Talk Live with Matt Pengrak. BTL is presented by Bass Cat Boats, Aftco, Strike King Lures, Sunline, Big Bite Baits, Spro, X-Zone Lures, Gamakatsu, The Bass Tank, Denali Rods, Pro Guide Batteries, Beatdown Outdoors, Shoreline Boat and RV Repair, and Omnia Fishing. Hit them with the hook, Jeffries.
BTL coming at you.
Good morning and welcome to another exciting edition of BTL Bass Talk Live, where we are going to talk about bass fishing. I think I'm slowly starting to get over the crud that I got. I went outside yesterday. Man, when you're not feeling good, the out of doors, it feels like a whole nother dimension. Like I got hit with the sunshine, the 80-degree heat, and I was supposed to be, on the water doing stuff, and I was just trying to get over it. And then I ended up having, I totally forgot. I thought it was tonight. I did Smallmouth Crush with Travis Manson and Epic Eric last night. So I got a good night's sleep because we have a big show today. Really enjoyed yesterday's show with Lou Minetti, the 23-year-old college angler from New Jersey who qualified for the Bassmaster Classic and then made the cut. If you want a story of just some of the good stuff that happens in bass fishing, it's just the same old. No, I mean, this is a dude who sat there and said, one day I'm going to be on that stage. And then he did it. And then he made the cut and he had all of his friends and family there. It's a really feel-good story in fishing. Now he's fishing the rest of the Opens. There is some fishing going on right now. Stage 3 of the MLF Bass Pro Tour going on Lake Murray. Absolute slugfest in qualifying for Group B. Nick LeBrun, 25-10 with his best 5 fish with a 7-1. And that top 20 cut is at like 17 pounds for one. And then in Group A, JVD had 21-14. So that's going on all week. Elite Series is going to be on Lake Murray in a couple weeks, which is the second time that they've had kind of a back-to-back deal where it goes like BPT and then the Elite Series on. So that'll be interesting during the changing times of the year. But we're going to talk a lot today about an upcoming tournament that recently, I'd say within the past year and a half, has become near and dear to my heart, and that is the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic. And that is one of the ways that I've gotten to get to know today's guest a little bit better, and that is none other than Fat Cat Newton. Fat Cat, thanks for jumping on.
Hey, my pleasure, dude. Thanks for having me on, brother.
It is. We're right in the middle of the fishing season. Do you follow everything? Like, are you a fan of professional bass fishing, Elite Series, BPT, NPFL, Opens, Toyotas? Like, do you follow that, or are you just kind of a one-track guy?
So the other day I was with my girlfriend, and I was scrolling through my Instagram, and she was like, God, everything you follow is fishing? But dude, if you get on my Instagram feed, everything I follow is fishing. So yes, Matt, I'm cold straight 8 up. I'm a fanboy. I pay attention to all of it. Not enough attention probably, but I definitely dabble in everything going on bass fishing worldwide. It's
crazy to me. And you see this on the NPFL. We saw Sokup get on it. We've seen Perkins now. We've seen a bunch of guys there, but I mean, also like you just take like a Dakota Ebear dude who like for the last year has like 11 top 10s. Now he's won at a BPT level, at a Toyota level, and the tour level. It's crazy how guys can just get on freaking rolls and then watch it, especially when you're in kind of the other side, the commentator's chair, and you watch this go down. It's super impressive to watch guys go on just rolls. The psychology behind how that happens is nuts, because then they'll lose it.
I agree, dude. And we see guys that get on these rolls and all they're focused on is fishing. And you see some of them, they kind of miss they miss the marketability that they have with that momentum, because all they're doing is focusing on fishing. But like you say, you don't know how long you're going to be on a roll. Like Ebear right now, and it seems like he's capitalizing on that because you're seeing him everywhere. He's cold straight killing it. But yeah, I agree. And I tell you another dude that's been on fire the past, I don't know, he's a friend of mine, and he doesn't talk about, kind of like Ebear, Michael Neal, dude. Michael Neal, in my opinion, is probably one of the best professional anglers in the top 5 right now across all boards of professional fishing. But he doesn't talk about himself. He doesn't get out there. He doesn't sell himself hard. He just does it on the water. But to me, like Mike O'Neill's another E-Bear. Like Mike O'Neill, just Cold Straight is always in the mix of it, no matter what he fishes.
100% agree on that. In fact, we actually named Mike O'Neill as like the BTL Angler of the Year in 2022 over Dustin Connell, who had 3 wins, and Jacob Wheeler, who never finished lower than 11th. And Hallman and I took some flack for that, saying, how do you pick a guy? But, dude, you look at his consistency. He's like always in the mix. And, I mean, you go fishing, I go fishing. It's hard, like with nothing on the line, to go out and catch him, let alone to do it over multiple different tours. It's really cool to watch these guys. And they're like in their 30s, too, like young, most of these guys.
Yeah, man, for sure. And you look at it like, you see guys that grew up in it. Mike O'Neill, he started very early, man. He was fishing at a professional level early. Parents kind of checked him up like, yo, you got to finish school, get your schooling straight, and then we'll let you go do the fishing thing. And that's what he's done. But like, we got a guy fishing with us at NPFL. We got a young cat, a 17-year-old cat, Hayden Hammond. But he reminds me of another one of our anglers, Sheldon Collins. Sheldon, dude, he started young. He's an old soul, man, but he's been around the game for a while, but he's still a young cat, and he's due for a big W anytime now. Yeah.
Do you know anything about that 17-year-old? The Sheldon Collins thing, Luke had a great interview with Sheldon. He actually got caught in the locks. He came back. He had
it was terrible.
Whole interview about mentality, about how he stayed with it. He came back. He cashed a check in 20th place. So, but do you know anything about this 17-year-old?
Well, I know a little bit about Hayden. Yeah, I met Hayden. I know his dad, Todd, and their situation. Like, he does online schooling. When he's at home, he goes to school. Grew up around the saltwater deal and decided that he wanted to get into bass fishing, and pretty much has been self-taught, does good in the high school realm of fishing. And dude, he held his own his first tournament, NPFL, had camera time and did good, stuck to his guns, and had a decent showing for his first big tournament. So cool cat. With another one, dude, you notice in these younger cats that do well, they're old souls. They don't get rattled. They're not showboaters. They just very, very passionate about fishing, and that's all they focus on, man. And Hayden falls under that category.
I wonder if you're just born like that, or if that's how you were like raised to be low key. I feel like certain people are just born low key.
Yeah, I agree. And Mike O'Neill being one, Mike O'Neill used to get the Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, just ooh, you know. But he just doesn't get rattled, man. He just has this that even keel, and you see that in a lot of these anglers that do. And I think E-Bear seems to be kind of a similar mentality. You don't see him up and down, up and down. It's more of that.
Yeah, Jordan Lee's probably one of those. Another one that falls into it.
For sure, man.
Yeah, just naturally.
Speaking of Joe Lee too, I know I'll get all over the place. You got to watch me, dude. I'm jacked up on coffee.
I like going all over the place,
dude. But Matt Lee, like seeing Matt Lee do good at the Red Crest, what was awesome. Like I was so happy to see that dude have a good tournament, especially on a stage that big. You bringing up Joe, but Matt's another cat that I think Matt's funnier than Joe. Matt will make a dog laugh. You pay attention to his social media, but. Just going to that evil, if I can get words out of my mouth this morning, even kill mentality. Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky to even have a voice this morning, Fat Cat. So
right, man. What's going on, buddy?
I don't know. I'm on the mend though. I might be sweating a little bit under the hoodie, but I'm on the mend. Hey, I want to get a little bit in as to kind of what you have going on. So I had you on BTL last year, I believe. And I feel like it was kind of like the renaissance of Fat Cat Newton. Like you had this following, you had all this stuff out, and you finally were like, all right, we're going to put this together, we're going to get a direction going, and we're going to capitalize on this. And it seems like you have just kept that ball rolling since last year. You're more and more places. You seem to have more and more confidence behind the mic. You've always had it, in your social media presence, but it seems like you really have your stuff together. You got the ball rolling in the right direction. You're in a good place. Is that a fair assessment of Fat Cat Newton in 2023?
Yeah, it is, dude, from the outside looking in, but I can promise you every day is a struggle to keep the train on the tracks, my friend. Like I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and listen, I have to bring her up. Your podcast, BTL, is what, it's how I got with my girl. So I live in a small community called White Oak, right? Everybody knows everybody in White Oak. How's your mom and them doing when you stop at the gas station and all that? anyways, dude, I was headed to Watts Bar last year for NPFL tournament right after I'd done BTL. And I get a message in my messenger, and it happens to be my current girlfriend. Hey, I saw you on a bass fishing podcast, and I really liked your story. And
Well,
I was like, you stalk much? What are you doing watching a bass fishing podcast? But we've known each other forever, went to school together. And but dude, yeah, BTL got me with my love of my
no
life
way.
right now.
Get out of
Swear, dude, swear on everything. Yeah, so Missy Sullivan, I love you. I hope you're watching this. But yeah, dude, BTL got me with my queen, the love of my life. And that she's a big reason of like why I have so much. I don't know, man. It's funny. Like once you find that right person that supports you, corny and weird and all this oddball stuff that I do, she gets it. So yeah, dude, life is good, brother. It's just trying to hold myself accountable. I've noticed, like I was telling her, I get on like this past year or two, I'm all like, since I've lost all this weight, I'm all like Mr. Philosophical, Dr. Phil, giving everybody advice. But I'm so self-conscious of like being the dude that, well, you need to do this, or what I do is this, and then don't do it myself. Because I have made some changes. So I'm always trying to, and what I was going about keeping the train on the tracks is just keeping myself accountable, because so many people in the social media world, it's just easy to be fake, man. And I'm always self-conscious of coming across as fake, because we see so much of that these days. People just saying what people like myself are telling people at home what they want to hear. I'm just trying not to do that.
I like the stuff that you did at the Classic. That was freaking hilarious at Media Day and throughout the entire Classic. Were you there like just on your own, or were you there with anybody or representing anybody?
This was probably one of the few Classics I was 100% on my own. Typically when I've had obligations with other companies. Yeah, dude, just went there and just asked some stupid questions. I'm waiting to not get accepted back. Like they keep letting me in there. I'm just waiting for the time to like, nah, we're good, man. We don't need Fat Cat. But yeah, I get to get in there and ask some dumb questions. And I think the anglers like it because I'm just not asking, so you like Palomar or not? What's your favorite knot? Or what you gonna catch him on? What you gonna catch him on? I'm just asking people, what do you believe in more, aliens or ghosts?
Yeah.
At the Bassmaster Classic, but people dig it.
Hey, what percent you deal, like I said, you deal with a bunch of these guys in a bunch of different capacities. What percent of the anglers do you think understand the importance of connecting with their audience through all of the available platforms out there? Like the Gerald Swindles, like that. Like what percent of guys do you think are really connected to their fan base?
A way larger, a lot these days compared to 5 years ago. Just because of what social media and YouTube has done to the fishing industry, right? So at one time it was just about, getting some logos, getting some brands, and just talking about it casually. But these days, I think that the anglers have realized that the more they connect with their audience, the better off they are. So I think a large portion these days are getting it, because they're realizing if they don't do anything to connect with their viewers, their fan base, that they're going to get lost in the sauce, man, because so many other people have caught on to that. And it's getting to the point now to where, and you don't have to win tournaments. You don't even, you just have to be able to sell product or sell yourself to a certain extent. And a lot of anglers have caught on to that, because that's what companies want these days. Companies aren't just worried about, hey man, we just want to put our logo on your jersey and on the side of your truck, and that's it. Like these days, you have to connect with your fan base, or else you're gonna regret it.
I've said this a couple of times before on the show, and I don't think you can say it too much, but it's a rare thing in life where you get to spend time around people who are living their dream and doing what they've wanted to do since they were kids and truly love it. Now, yeah, there might be stress on it because you're also self-reliant and you're like, holy cow, if I fail, the business fails because I have the business, and then how do I feed the family? But day in and day out, whether you're doing the NPFL, whether you're at the Classic, whether we're talking to it, I mean, you're around guys who are they're living their dream. And I think for a lot of people, they don't get to see people that are truly doing that. And that in itself is kind of aspirational and inspirational.
1,000,000%, man. Definitely 1,000,000%. Just getting to be around it. Dude, it's a tough life for these anglers. Like they get on the road, and I say that they're fishing for a living. Yes, they are fishing for a living, and yes, that is great. But dude, it is stressful, man. For some of these guys, you've got all the pressure of the world, man. Your family is letting you live your dream out. So you're on the road away from your family. Most of the anglers are away from their family, trying to live their dream out. The bank account probably isn't in that good a shape. You have to either sell, or win, win, win.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, and it's just such a large portion of these guys out there that, dude, that they're just hoping they can make it next year. And I think that's just, and you can attest to this. That's the vicious cycle of professional fishing.
That's what makes it work too, though.
Right, it is.
But I mean, heck, I'm not doing BTL shows where I'm coming on in January going, all right, here's a list of 32 guys whose dreams got crushed. They're in financial debt and they're not on the tour anymore. Like, I don't come on and talk about that stuff. I talk about the guys who are doing well on it. But I mean, that exists every single year. There's that group of guys who have to go back, regroup, and either give it another shot or figure out, for lack of a better term, how to pick up the pieces and move on.
For sure. Dude, and one thing good, if you watch and we see how it works, man, these anglers, man, I was talking to someone at the Classic, and we've seen anglers over their 10-year, 20-year career. They'll be up here, man, and just watch them. They get down that lull. They'll get in a lull for 2, 3, 4 seasons, but it's always cool to watch them come back up.
Yeah. I think that's life too. I think that's just like a life arc. I think you can get stuck in a rut and you either don't appreciate what you have or you do, and it just seems like it's monotonous. I think that's in anything. I think regardless of the occupation that you have, right? Not just in fishing.
You're right. From a spectator standpoint, though, I enjoy watching those guys that
get out of it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because like you say, what you just said, we can all relate to being in a rut. We can all relate to being in a lull in life, and seeing these guys go through that. These guys that we watch and we admire from a distance. It's cool to see them come up out of that rut, because then it makes us think we can do the same thing.
Yep. All right. One of the things that I was really impressed with was last year, Adam Bartuzek talked me into fishing this Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic, and he's like, Fat Cat MCs it and blah, blah, blah. Dude, you came up there and you gave like an inspired speech. It was the first time that I had seen. I was like, holy cow, there were couple hundred people there. I knew nothing about this tournament. It was the most well-run tournament, period. Like, not a charity tournament, not an invitational tournament that I had ever been a part of. They had cinnamon rolls in the morning at launch, 30 volunteers. They dump your boat in the water. I mean, it's and the more and more I realized it, there was one thing that always kind of bugged me, and that was we never had like a charity for BTL to give back to, right? So when I took the show over from Mark, I was like, I want to get involved with one. And I wanted it to be 100% ironclad, reputable, where you knew where every single set went. And that was St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And this has to be one of the biggest charity events out there. This is the 25th anniversary that's coming up. But how long had you been the MC of that event? Because last year was my first year, but I mean, you've been involved with this tournament out of Wabasha for a number of years, right?
Yeah, I think 2018. I went to Wabasha. I emceed one of Brian Robinson's Reel 'em In Foundation events there, and then my name somehow got thrown into the hat, and they reached out to me. So I think 2018, and it's wild how it all happened, because they had no idea that I was a childhood cancer survivor.
And neither did I. Or anybody else. I mean, you mentioned that at the banquet.
Yeah, man. So it was wild how things work, bro. Like, we just talk about how life is and everything. But yeah, and it's just been a blessing. It's cool. It's wild to know like what St. Jude does. And like you were saying, just talking about an organization that is selfless. We were always leery of donating, right? Everybody always, hey, donate here. And you always hear scandalous things about big organizations that take donations, but like not with St. Jude. And I've been to St. Jude on campus. We almost got to go there again this year, but things happened to fall through. But I don't know, it's just an amazing place that does amazing things. And there's no other organization I'd rather help raise money for than St. Jude, because of just what it does and who it does it for.
All right, we're going to get on our soapbox here. We're going to
give
a little bit of history about it, and then about how you guys can get involved. You can even fish this event. You can register up until the 7th. I've been a big proponent of it over the years, but I'm going to share my screen here. And this is just a little bit of the event history.
This is fancy right here.
Yeah,
You
so
got like
this
multiple
is
screens, man. It's fancy.
this is definitely like a Wisconsin, Minnesota thing. Like I cracked me up last year. All the boats were lined up there, and everybody had like the Humminbirds with the 360s on the front. And I was like, "Yep, you're up north when every single boat has the 360 with a lot of aluminums." But first one was in 1999. This is the 25th anniversary, so that's why we're going hard at this, because they want to raise $1 million. They hit $750,000 last year, just raised from the teams. But they want to do a $1 million this year. It is the largest. 25 years later, the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic has grown to be one of the biggest charity bass fishing tournaments in the nation. Not only the largest for St. Jude, but the only tournament and event of its kind. Over 24 years, over 400 anglers have raised $5.8 million for the life-saving mission of St. Jude. So this is just, if you just type in the Dick Hiley, Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic, you can get all this information. But the format of this is cool because you have a team registration fee, and then depending on how much money you raise is where your boat draw is. And it's up north on a river with current. And what is current? Current has areas where boat draw is very important because you just roll in and you start stroking giant smallmouth and largemouth. So some of these teams are ridiculous as far as 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70,000. So that is why, $100,000 for some. That is why each team has their own like page, right? That they raise their money on. So like this is Adam Bartuzek's and I's page here. Bart and Bass Talk Live are taking a stand. So then you donate now. So then it goes towards our overall theme for it. Am I making sense here, Fat Cat?
Oh no, you're killing it, dude. Yeah, exactly right. Yes, sir.
So that is why this thing is cool. So we're doing a couple different ways that you can donate. One is directly, and it's in the link in the YouTube box below this. You can donate directly to this page. Every $20, Adam Bartuzek and Adam has a Blackfish rain suit and I have an AFCO rain suit, and just type in what your name is, and then for every name and email, and for every $20 that you donate, you get one raffle ticket to be in a deal to win either a black suit or an AFCO rain. So right now you have a really good chance, because we just announced this and we're going through the 21st of April. So if you donate directly on it and you put your name in, every $20 you get a chance, and we'll draw that on the 21st. Our goal is to hit 10,000 this year.
That's awesome, dude.
For that. And then the other way that you can is to go to the Bass Zone, basstalklive.com or Bass Zone, and go to the shop BTL, click on the merch, and then ATS Printing designed for us a Bass Fishing Saves Lives t-shirt with the fish and the logo there, the St. Jude logo and the BTL logo. So $24.95, and that's another way that you can donate to it. And that shirt's only available through the 14th. So,
and y'all got you guys are killing it, man. Good job. Like I need to step my game up.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about what that banquet means for you each year, because man, you got a little teary-eyed at last year's banquet. I think everyone got a little teary-eyed, and it means a lot to you.
Yeah, it does, man. So like my story, it's just kind of it's my story is like dark as far as I didn't have St. Jude, right? So like how it works into my life is that my story doesn't consist of St. Jude, so I can kind of tell you what it's like to not have St. Jude's help. I can tell you what cancer does to a family, how it just rips the guts out of a family and can really break it down, especially if your family's already having issues. So the cancer just completely disrupted everything, the financial burden, just the stress of everything. And what St. Jude does, St. Jude comes in and really alleviates that financial burden of all those bills accumulating and stacking up, and the mom and dad kind of trying to figure out, how do we take care of all this? What do we do? Because when the kid gets the cancer, the whole family gets the cancer. And a lot of times, like for me, I was 9 years old when I was diagnosed. I didn't know what was going on, man. I was in a hospital bed and then doing whatever, but like mom and dad and the family were the ones that were really they didn't know what to do, how to handle it, because you never think that your kid's gonna be the one with cancer. So just St. Jude really alleviates a lot of that. And another thing they do that's really cool outside of I admire, people may not get this, but in the pharmaceutical world, like I really, it drives me crazy just how healthcare is for just people in general, and the pharmaceutical companies, how they just jack everything up. The way St. Jude works, when you walk into St. Jude, the campus, there's one part of it to where it may be, there's like a courtyard inside, and it may be 10 stories tall. And there are all these different flags from all these different countries.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll ask you, what do you think those flags represent? And you would say, well, maybe that's a country where St. Jude has helped a kid or helps kids. No, that is where we have, at the St. Jude facility, there's a doctor from each one of those countries, or we have doctors in all those countries that all they do are research the things to eliminate childhood cancer. And the most awesome thing about it is that they are an open book. So if they discover something, they find something out, or if you are another organization trying to figure out how to cure childhood cancer, they are an open book for that, because there's no hidden agenda to make money off of this special medicine. It's all an open book to eradicate, to just dissolve, get rid of childhood cancer. So that's it's just a special place that does a lot of selfless things, dude. And one more thing.
Yep.
Well, Danny Thomas said something that was very awesome. Danny Thomas, the founder of St. Jude Children's Hospital, he said, I would rather have 1 million people donate $1 than to have one person donate $1 million. Because when I talk about St. Jude, I don't always want to say, hey man, donate here, it's just about drawing the awareness, sharing with people what they do. And then, because dude, I've been there, I don't have the money to donate. But if we just talk about it and let them know when they do have the money, maybe one day they can donate, or it's just letting people know what St. Jude is and what it's all about. And then, all the money just comes.
Well said, Fat Cat. Actually, I've been working with Gretchen. So have you, as far as getting a lot more information about this tournament. And I think they cap it at like 100 teams, if I'm
correct. Well, it's not them to cap it, but that DNR caps it at 100 right there in the Mississippi and Wabasha. So like we're at 77 teams right now. And if you guys want to fish this tournament, it's the first weekend of May. And the way it works is it's up until the 7th. It's a $350 entry fee.
April 7th. So like 4 days from now.
April 7th. But after April 7th, it goes up to a $400 entry fee until I think the 28th.
Yeah.
So you guys still have a chance to get in before the end of the month. So $350, then it'll go to a $400 entry fee. Plus you need to raise $500 for St. Jude.
Donation for St. Jude.
Correct. Now if I'm not mistaken, that right there puts you into the pool to where if you win the tournament, you win $7,500.
Yep.
Now, if you enter the tournament and then you raise $5,000 or more and you win the tournament, then you win the first place prize of $25,000.
Yep. That's how it works. But dude, if you're looking for a team tournament to get in with your buddy, you get the banquet, you get the experience, you get all the it's eye-opening, but it's also
a cool vibe too, man.
Dude,
so
it
really
is so cool. And the fishing's really good, good. Like I've short lined a 588 smallmouth on a jerkbait 3 feet from the boat last year and just looked at Bart and was like, oh my God, did that just happen? And came in with like 20 pounds, 21 pounds, was in like 13th after day one. Like it's a fun event. So if you're looking for something to do that first week of May, I think it's the 6th and 7th. So it's like the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. You can go to, you can just look up the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic and register with that.
It's a cool spot, dude. We have like some anglers that are fishing it now, fishing all 25 years. It's a cool tournament to be a part of. And plus, when you come to Wabasha, Minnesota, there's a bar, restaurant, tavern called Slippery's. And Slippery's was actually on Grumpy Old Men, the movie Grumpy Old Men. So when you go into Slippery's, Grumpy Old Men plays 24/7 in Slippery's. So it's another reason to come. I'm
gonna play a little highlight video, little portions of some highlight video from last year's St. Jude Bass Classic, and then we're gonna take a break. And when we come back with Fat Cat Newton, we're going to dive into the 2023 NPFL, the National Professional Fishing League. What's going on there? What to watch? You guys are 15 days out from your second stop, and this tournament series is the little engine that could. Like every turn, there's a reason why this thing shouldn't exist, and here we are 3 years later, and you guys are giving out $100,000 checks.
Yeah,
and
dude.
You still have a field, and you got big names fishing it, and it's another make or break year. So
it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. You're 100% accurate. Everything you just said, 100%.
So this is the. Let's see if I can get this queued up on some of the highlights. And I said we'll take a break and we'll be back with Fat Cat Newton. Hold on a second. Here we go. And
used to tell me, if you want to go fast, you go alone, and if you want to go far, you go together. And we're going together. The St. Jude organization can't do it alone. The anglers can't do it alone. It's just everybody coming together, and it's families helping families, and that's a big deal to me.
And for those that don't know, our grand total is $735,000 for this event. Regardless of if we catch any fish today, you should be very proud of what you've done this week.
So, the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic is magical. I'm in the tournament world. I'm deep into it. And there's not another tournament that's like this tournament. The camaraderie, the brotherhood, and just what everybody's here for. We're raising awareness, raising money, and then it's fishing. Normally it's fishing and there's nothing else. But to me, I've had the opportunity to travel all over the country fishing bass tournaments. But this one is so unique in the respect that I'm coming here to be with, the brothers at arms and the sisters that are all part of this fundraising group. It's kind of a camaraderie that we have. Yes, they're all competitive, but we're here for one cause, and that's really to see the fundraising explode, and it has.
Well, I guess for me, yeah, definitely part of it is just the camaraderie that my son and I have. So that's my favorite part, is probably talking about fishing with my son nonstop for months. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely nervous. You're very excited. You can't really sleep great the night before. It's just a lot of fun. It's fun getting to talk to all the guys, kind of seeing everyone's strategy, even though, you're just kind of figuring it out, and all your good buddies getting together and kind of hanging out and talking about it. We're here for a good time fishing, but we're here more importantly for a great cause, and that great cause is of course St. Jude's. Is to make a difference.
The Saturday night has always been a banquet night for us here to celebrate this, because we get a chance to meet families that have been truly affected by St. Jude's, the support that they've received, what it meant to their lives and their families.
We were given time, which is the greatest gift that anyone could give to our family. They never sent us a bill, which gave us the freedom to not have to choose between paying our mortgage or taking care of our child's treatment.
There hasn't been a banquet that I've been to that I leave dry-eyed. It's a very powerful thing to be involved with in that regard.
Come back in, whether you've had a good day or a bad day, you bring your fish in, you weigh it, and 3 o'clock you're starting to wait around. We talk amongst each other. What's it going to take this year? You get to go across the stage. You get ribbed by your buddies. Fat Cat Newton's our MC. He's been just a lot of fun to give it back to you, and again, remind you why you're here. And then you get to follow the scores and the tracking and watch the fish come across. And it's really amazing. The guys are catching monster bags of fish, and no one really knows who's going to win this tournament. If you're in 20th place, you could still win this tournament tomorrow.
We're all competitive on the water, and we all want to win, and it's bragging rights for sure. And my partner and I have had some great years. None of that matters. It really doesn't matter. Fishing's secondary. It really is.
don't be afraid to try. We were a little skeptical at first too. Like, how can we do it? How can we do it? The St. Jude team, tons of help, gave us lots of pointers on how we can do it, and just worked out really well for us.
Don't be afraid to ask people. Go into businesses, talk to them. People. It's such a good cause. People are not afraid to donate for something like this.
$500 is not hard to come up with. To be able to fish, you have to raise $500, and that is, you'd be amazed at how many people want to give to St. Jude's.
Mixed emotions, because what happens is when you go home, you look back and you're proud, you're happy, but it's also like, man, it's over, you know, man, because the feeling is so euphoric. It takes you away. It's surreal to know that we as anglers, especially this group of anglers, raised all that money. It's so selfless, and it's just rare.
There you
go. God, I just onions. I got onions up in here.
They did a hell of a job on that. All right,
dude.
We're gonna take our first break of the show. When we come back, more with Fat Cat Noon, BTL on a Tuesday, April 4th.
The new Puma STS has been redesigned from the ground up. With the angler, design, function, and performance in mind, nothing on this new offering was compromised, and the only thing carried over from the previous version is the name. Based on the Soft Touch series hull that started with the flagship Jaguar, this new model is nimble and performs incredibly well at all speeds with either a 250 or 300 horsepower engine. Featuring a new 96-inch wide-body footprint, this hull measures out at 20 foot 7 inches in length. Industry-leading design coupled with tournament-winning performance. The Puma STS from Bass Cat. Feel the rush.
Shoreline Boat and RV, dock rash, storm damage, collision repair, that deep scratch or gouge from trying to access that secret creek. Shoreline Boat and RV can get your prized possession back in mint condition and looking good on the water, fast. All repairs are done in-house, so they're able to get your boat or RV back to brand new, quickly. All Shoreline's work comes with a rock-solid warranty. Find out more at shorelineboatandrv.com. Kansas City, Austin, and Tulsa.
I'm the kind of guy that never leaves a house without a pocket knife, and Gamakatsu's come out with the EDC series of knives. EDC stands for Everyday Carry, so whether you're on the water or off, you can always have it with you. The best thing about it to me is that assisted open feature. With this D2 blade, you've got it right here at your fingertips, so if you can't find your scissors, you need to cut a knot, you need to cut your braid, you've always got it. Make sure you check it out. Never leave home without your Gamakatsu EDC knife.
Born in Japan, using technology, innovation, and precision, Sunline produces the widest selection of fishing lines at the most technologically advanced line factory in the world. Manufactured at the strictest tolerances to produce victories at the highest levels of tournament bass fishing. From household names like Christie, Swindle, and Cruz, to young guns like Cook, Logan, New, and Welcher, they all trust Sunline to take them to the top of the leaderboard. Choose the line that will give you the strength to guarantee your confidence. Sunline.
everything you need? One legendary brand. Top on Strike King.
So I'm a big guy, you know, a lunker, a two sandwich eating kind of man. And on behalf of all of those bigger, I gotta say it once and for all, it's bad enough that the fish look smaller in our hands. The last thing we should have to worry about is getting quality outdoor clothing that fits. AVCO, any fish, any water.
All right, welcome back to BTL on a Tuesday with Fat Cat Newton. All right, the capital THE National Professional Fishing League in its third year. Be honest, Fat Cat, when this thing started, did you think you'd be sitting here talking about the upcoming stop on Wright Patman in the third season? There's been a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs.
Buddy, you're going to get me in trouble, dude. It's been a wild ride, man. It definitely has been a wild ride, but yeah, I'm glad to be sitting here talking about NPFL in season 3 right now, for sure.
Like I said, I'm not talking crap about it or anything.
Oh, no, dude.
There's been a lot of things that have gone on with it, but this has to be the biggest news was the $100,000 first place entry, and then they kind of got up against the clock there as far as getting anglers. But the first tournament went off. They changed it to Pickwick, and a back-to-back win for Brandon Perkins on Pickwick, which you've had 3 anglers now win multiple NPFLs in the first 3 seasons, first 2 plus seasons.
Yep.
With anglers moving on to the invitationals, the Bassmaster Elite Series. I mean, that kind of seemed like what the goal was at first, was to not only provide a professional platform that you can make a living at too, but also allow anglers to use it and then move on to the Elite Series, the BPT, and that type of thing as well. So it seems to be working on all cylinders, honestly, from my perspective, without any inside knowledge.
No, I agree, man. And that's one thing, like I guess, dude, if you talk to everybody that's involved with NPFL, they might have a little different idea of what the platform should be used for, how it should be used. But I think we're doing everything the right way as far as that goes. Dude, you start with us, you come fish with us, you get used to the limelight, or you get some notoriety, like the Soak Up did. Like, dude, Keith Carson right now, the Brian Schmitz, and these guys, man, I'm down for it. Come fish with us, and then, go to the moon when you leave here. Like, I dig it, dude. And like me, I kind of understand where we are on the totem pole. I think most of us do now, to where we have to kind of get in where we fit in, and that's where we benefit the most, right? It's kind of getting in between those events to where we can get the Patrick Walters and the John Coxes and get more of those to come fish with us in between all the bigger events.
But listen, I no slight against him, but I would not have been as familiar or known a Brandon Perkins or a Luis Fernandez or a personality like a Luis Fernandez or a Gary Atkins. I mean, those are all guys that I know as a person in the industry through what the TMPFL has done.
And that's a special thing, because I agree with you. And I want to go back to Keith Carson, one of my best friends, man. One of my best friends, Mellow Yellow, old Phil, I grew up fishing with. He compliments that dude so much, because when Keith is on camera, first of all, Keith is cashed a check in almost every event he's fished with us at NPFL, but he does such a great job on camera to where he's built a fan base just from people discovering him on there, and just how he is so technical with his advice and just how he talks. He's great on camera and how he talks to the folks at home. But yeah, you're right, man. The Gary Atkins, Taylor Watkins.
Yep.
We have guys that have definitely,
Is he won 3?
Taylor won 3. Yeah. Now Taylor's fishing the EQs.
Yep. Yeah, I talked to him. He just decided to jump in the EQs and buy a bait company.
Yeah, man. Hey, rock and roll, live the dream, son. That's awesome. No, but it is cool, man. Like you said, being a part of something to where you really can't say discovering talent, but you're kind of like putting talent on a bigger platform for guys like yourself to see for the first time, to where it's a cool thing to be a part of, man.
Definitely. Wright Patman, return trip to Wright Patman coming up in April, but then a great lineup: Santee, Saginaw Bay, Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma, Lake Lanier, and then a return of the championship in 2023.
Yes, Amistad. That's going to be interesting.
Talk about your evolution with Luke Duncan and the coverage of the event, and then how you guys, I mean, I would imagine there's been some roundtable as to how you add excitement back into that weigh-in and doing the drive-through weigh-in and talking. You're doing some unique stuff there this year that I think some people need to pay attention to.
Yeah, so a couple of things that we do a little bit different. Like you said, we do a drive-through weigh-in. So every angler brings his full rig up there, hops off, and we do the drive-through weigh-in. We also do, which is cool about us at NPFL, full field all 3 days. So, you know, you could that third day is huge, man. And one thing unique about this year is that, like you were saying, we were on a time crunch. So we capped it 76 anglers this year, and they're all fishing for $100,000 first place. Top 25 will qualify for the championship next spring. That's a $100,000 championship, free entry to that. Yeah, dude, what else was I talking about? What else you want to know?
Are you and Luke doing something?
Oh yeah, Luke, that guy
on Fixed
So
TV?
So we're doing something that's I thought was just going to be a waste of time, because most of the stuff I do with Luke seems to be a waste of time. Kidding, I love that guy. That guy's been nothing but good for me. So we're doing the weigh in show. So Fixed TV, that's our production company. So when you see, and I've heard this from a lot of people, man, y'all's cameras look good on water. It's just as clear, just like Bass and just like BPT. Well, we're using pretty much the same technology, the same cameras, and we also like some of the same camera guys we might even have. So all that looks the same, and we decided to do something different this year, and it's called Weighing In with Luke and Fat Cat. So Fixed Production, they also own Fixed TV, which is an app you download, similar to like My Outdoor TV and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You download the app and you pay. Subscription right now is $5.99 a month. And they have a bunch of other shows on there, but one of the shows, and that's also where all the NPFL shows are cataloged as well. But Luke and I, when we're done doing the live stream, day 2 and day 3, we go in this back room and we sit on some couches and we just talk crap over the weigh-in. So as dudes are weighing in, we're catching them as soon as they come off stage. We can chew the fat with them. We can talk about the bags they caught. We can talk about, you know, what kind of snacks they had during the day. But it's just a cool concept, something different that's really not happening in the fishing world. And we're having fun with that, dude. We did the first tournament at Pickwick. It went well. We did 2 episodes there. And we just say some really, we're gassed, man. We're saying dumb stuff. And Luke and I, the thing about our chemistry, ownership is great. They give us creative freedom. And typically we're trying to get each other fired. Like we're just trying to say low-key things to get the other one to crack. It's a lot of unprofessional nonsense that takes place on the weigh-in show.
But I mean, there's only so many ways, and like I said, Dave Mercer does a great job at it. Chris Jones does a great job at it. But there's only so many things you can say on a weigh-in stage. So many different ways you can weigh in a fish, and then some people are like, "Hey, we don't even need to weigh in a fish." Which, I mean, after you watch the classic and you see it done, it's like, holy cow! Like that is such a pinnacle moment. But
right.
I like any outside the box thinking to try to add value to that process, to try to add value to those anglers after they weigh in. And I thought that was kind of like it. The Fixed TV is PHYX TV. If you're looking for that app, I downloaded the app. I haven't done the $5.99 a month yet. I probably will end up doing that just to check it out. Cause there's a bunch of different, it's a bunch of different shows on that platform.
And steadily growing too, man. Yep. Steadily growing. And they try to embrace the non-censorship. One thing as sportsmen we deal with, like on YouTube and other platforms, are the censorship of processing our harvest and doing different things, cleaning fish, cleaning deer. That's not the situation on the Fixed TV app. It's, you know, as long as you're doing everything, you know, the right way. Yeah, as long as you're not eating the deer. You're eating the deer. You're like, yeah. I don't think they're going to show any of that, but you know.
When does snakehead season get fired up out there?
Dude, you're going to get me talking to saying some things I don't want to say. Because
that's still on my bucket list, Fat Cat.
They're catching them right now, dude, and they're catching them right now. So like the water temps are getting up good, dude, and the Potomac is fishing good right now. I haven't had a chance to get out. I'll probably get out either today or tomorrow. But Potomac teams, like they were catching fat 20-pound sacks last weekend. Last weekend or weekend before. Snakeheads are chewing, dude. Just snakeheads are not as prevalent as they once were on the Potomac because pressure is in between the bow fishermen and just people strictly targeting snakehead now. It's become dude, it's a chore. Yeah, it's a chore to catch snakeheads now compared to 5, 6, 7 years ago. But they're They're here, brother. They're here, and they're also going everywhere else.
Are you ever going to make a serious run at tournament fishing? Like, are you
No.
ever going to? No.
No.
Not
I'm not. No, dude.
DNA.
I'm not built like you guys, man. I lose my mind. I break rods. I throw stuff. I throw a hissy fit. I just do not have the temperament to be a tournament fisherman. And plus, I'm just not that good at fishing. I am the best fisherman I ever met. If you listen to my videos,
that hasn't stopped me.
Yeah, dude. But I just. I can do that on the Potomac. I fished Everstart, Rayovac, the James. I fished the Open, and I tried a few times as co-angling, and like fishing with my buddies doing tournaments around the house. But dude, I'm your everyday.
You just love fishing. So top
Yeah.
three guys that you have spent, or you got 3 days to fish. You have to spend a day of bass fishing with 3 guys. Who are the top 3 that you're picking?
Within the fishing world?
Yeah, within the professional fishing world. You have to combine an enjoyment factor, education, catching them, the whole 9 yards. 3 guys.
Mark Zona, definitely Mark Zona.
Okay.
Dude, probably Jimmy Houston. And shoot, man, everybody else I know I could probably get on a boat with easy. I still haven't fished with. I have fished with Luke. I haven't fished with Swindle. I was supposed to fish with Swindle, but probably I want to get on a boat I can cut up with somebody.
Yeah.
So it would probably be. I know I could have fun with Jimmy. I could have fun with Zona. I could have fun with Swindle, and a million other people. But probably right around that order.
Yeah.
Zona, Houston, and
You're big on the personality. Then it's enjoyment factor for you.
Yeah, or somebody super awkward. I would have to have like a. Dude, I could probably make Tommy Sanders pee his pants. I would hold him down and tickle Tommy Sanders.
Dude, I don't think
like
people
a Ronnie,
realize how long he's been doing it.
Dude, he is such a pro, man.
He is.
Yeah, but those. What about yours, dude? Your top 3.
Oh gosh, you can't flip the script like that.
No, yes, I can, bro. It's not easy.
Top 3
in the fishing world.
In the fishing world, does it have to be current, or can it be?
Oh yeah, whatever, dude. Just you can pick whoever you want.
I would love to Rick Clunn.
Oh yeah,
I've never been in the boat with Rick Clunn. I'd love to be in the boat with Rick Clunn for a day of square billing.
See, I think he would make you take your shoes off before you got in his boat. You'd have to be barefooted.
I would do whatever he asked.
And then like at noon, you have to set Indian style, and you have to. He's meditating out there.
Yeah.
But it's probably all therapeutic. The dude is he is one of the cats that's been around. How old is Rick now?
73.
I admire that, man. Because even with us NPFL, we got Charlie Ingram, dude. He's in his 70s and still out there doing it to where, but a few years ago, I didn't think I was going to make it until old as I am now. So dude, thinking about 30 years from now, 25 years from now, still doing it.
Yeah.
That's
and
something
still
to work
having
towards.
The fire and the passion too.
Yeah, man.
Rick Clunn. I've never been in the boat with Mercer. I would love to get in the boat with Dave Mercer and spend a day smallmouth fishing, because we do so much. We do so much talking about the industry, and we do that Cole show together. But we always see each other in passing. I'd love to just have some time just to relax and go catch some smallmouth. Plus, that he would always be on them, so you wouldn't have to worry. You just.
That's what I was going to say.
It'd be a catching trip, not a fishing trip.
He's got those Canadian smallmouth holes, but he's got the big muskie holes too. He knows how to catch the big old muskies up there. All right, so we got Clunn, Mercer. Who else?
I got it. The third one, I'm going to go off the board, and this is childhood. I would love to get in a Lund with Babe Winkleman.
Oh,
dude, I grew up on good fishing with Babe Winkleman and in the kitchen with Charlie. And
dude, oh yes, dude. I would always. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Just stay there. Hold on.
Okay. Fat Cat is going to get something. If he's going to get an autograph picture of Babe Winkleman, is that an autograph?
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Bear with me, dude. This is very unprofessional. All right. He's back in.
No.
I got a nugget. I got you a nugget. All right, here we go. Boom. Boom. Can you see this?
Wow. Yeah, let me go big screen on this. Holy cow. The Babe Winkleman Good Fishing Trivia game?
What do you think about that, huh?
How did you get your hands on that?
All right, dude. So I have people that know I'm into the old, like, vintage bass fishing stuff. My boy Mellow Yellow was at an Airbnb somewhere up north and actually stole this from the Airbnb because he knew I would love it.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So I have that.
I gotta get my Babe. Just hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. What's in here, dude?
This is from the Decatur Fishing Expo when I was 13 years old, Fat Cat.
Oh! What did
Good
you say?
fishing. To Matt. Good fishing. Babe Winkleman just belly holding a giant lake trout.
Awesome, dude. He's such a cool cat. And that's it. I'll tell you, man, and I don't want to get all how times have changed, okay? Yep. This is I just want to share this story because it is funny. How old are you, Matt?
38.
Okay, you're 38. I'm 44. We grew up watching fishing shows Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whatever. Yep. Babe Winkleman, one of the guys we grew up watching. And like now, man, like the younger generation these days, they don't have any more Saturday morning fishing shows or whatever. Where I'm going with this, I think I was at ICAST. Where was I? I was somewhere a couple of years ago at a big expo, a big event. And I saw Babe Winkleman, and he was just standing at the corner of an aisle. And I'm thinking, bro, 20 years ago, that guy wouldn't have been able to move. And these days, he's just able to walk around casually. I'm like, dude, these people don't realize they're in the presence of a legend, dude. Old Babe Winkleman, 100%.
Man. There's another one. I was trying to find a video of it so people would know, but I might have to cross Mercer off the list just because if I had a choice, if we're going nostalgia, Larry Dahlberg would be in there with the hunt for big fish.
Okay.
Larry Dahlberg or Doug Stange or any of those fisherman guys were huge.
I would probably.
But I think I'll stick with that 3. I think I'll stick with
okay, so you can have a rotator. You have a rotator, and that dude. Okay, my rotator would be Jimmy Big Time. I don't know if anybody out there knows Jimmy Big Time. He had a TV show on the Outdoor Channel for like a season or two. Jimmy Big Time is probably one of the reasons I started Fat Cat Newton. Jimmy Big Time was hilarious. One of the best shows ever on TV.
Was it a comedy deal a little?
Oh, yeah. It was a comedy spoof. Oh, it was hilarious. Dude, he did a show with Ted Nugent, and he was talking to Ted Nugent like Ted Nugent was a Democrat, and Ted Nugent hung him up upside. Oh, it was hilarious, dude. But yeah, Jimmy Big Time. You guys need to go. I wish that guy would come back, man.
That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What else you got, Fat Cat? You have any projects in the works?
I new projects open. I don't know, Matt. I really don't have day to day, bro. That's what I do these days. I take it day by day. As of right now, I'm just trying to focus on getting through this podcast.
I like it.
Hey, I don't know what's coming next. I do have a lot of irons in the fire, but people throw stuff at me all the time. Fat Cat, we got to do this. Fat Cat, you know what we should do? Or Fat Cat, hey, listen, I want to do this. And there was a time where I would get my hopes up, but these days I just go with the flow, man. So I'm just trying to get through this podcast.
All right. But you will be on May 6th and 7th in Wabasha, Minnesota at the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic, emceeing the event, raising money for St. Jude, the quest for $1 million in the 25th anniversary of the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic.
I will be there. I will be there doing that, running my lips, shaking my hips, busting the gate, doing 98, looking cool on the stool with a driver's seat full of sweet meat, bringing all the awareness to St. Jude Children's Hospital. Dude, and real quick, before you bump me off here, I want to give a shout out to a few people that are helping me with my St. Jude deal.
Absolutely.
Fisherman Central out of Ohio, dude. They have a shop in Akron. They have one up on Erie around Catawba. They are doing Roundup for the month of April. So when you go in there, you make a purchase in Fisherman Central, you have the option to round up, and all your change goes to St. Jude. So Fisherman Central is doing that. My boy Matt McKee at McKee Outdoors in Tennessee. Matt is also doing the Roundup deal for the month of April. Everything going to St. Jude. And another good friend of mine, Brian Robinson, old B-Rob, part owner of Tackle Addict down there in Texas, right near Rayburn, also doing Roundup in the store for the month of April. donating all the roundup to St. Jude. So appreciate you guys for doing that. That's awesome. And my boy Keith at Black Talon Custom Swim Baits, he's donated 2 10-inch donks. All right. They look nasty. I'm going to put those up for auction here soon as well. So keep your eyes open for that on my socials. But yeah, dude, I just wanted to say a shout out to those folks for helping with the St. Jude situation, because it's something they don't have to do. And you know, man, you run a podcast or any kind of public figure, people are always knocking on your door trying to get you to help and do something, and you can't help and do something for everybody. So I appreciate these guys helping with this.
It is too, and if you have a hankering to get into the action too, you can still register through the 7th, the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic. Hey, if you have questions about that, I'm not going to tell you to slide into Fat Cat's DMs, but you are welcome to DM me for more information at Matt Pangrac, and I send it to you. Like I said, I'm more of an Instagram guy. I will have the link in my Instagram. It is the links to for the T-shirt and for the direct donation page are in the YouTube video currently right now below this, so you can just click on that to get there. And dude, Fat Cat, every time you come on, impressive, greatly enjoy it, and looking forward to seeing you in about a month. Well, exactly a month from now.
Yeah, I'm going and listen, everybody watching, remember TNPFL.com, man. The National Professional Fishing League with Wright Patman, Texarkana, Texas. That tournament's going to take place April 20th to the 22nd. Bro, it is going to be cold, straight, jaw-jacking, neck-snapping, cash-checking tournament. It's going to be a good deal. So you guys tune in for that. Last time we were there, the average fish weighed in was 3.28 pounds. So it's a pig factory. So appreciate you having me on, Matt, dude. Always love coming on BTL. Yeah, dude, thanks for everybody. Dude, last time it was such a warm reception. Everybody was so nice to me. Probably one of the best podcasts, literally the best podcast I've ever been on. So I appreciate you having me back on, buddy.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Take care. You got a heck of a backdrop, too. That's impressive. That looks freaking awesome. That looks like the man cave of all man caves.
I appreciate it, man. It's been thanks to a lot of good friends. I live in White Oak, man. Shout out to all my White Oak people. I'm surrounded by just awesome people that help me just get through life. So
is that all reconditioned wood, like old wood that you turned into new wood?
It's all pallets that I went and picked up. I broke down probably 100 pallets with a Sawzall, and it's all pallet wood all throughout the entire garage.
Wow.
Yeah, my boy Two Barrel Daryl. Two Barrel Daryl, he built the daggone fireplace thing, whatever that's called. I forget what they're called. Not a hearth, but whatever.
I was going to say fireplace hearth.
Yeah, dude. Jonesy and Joe Cola, they helped put all. Yeah, I got people that help do everything around here, man. I'm blessed.
Are you would you consider yourself in the backwoods?
Dude, no, I'm 60 miles south of DC, so no. But where I am, dude, at one time was all commercial fishermen. So my dad's side of the family, all commercial fishermen catching blue crab on the river and doing all that. So we're still, dude, it's hard. You can't, I don't know. I want to say we're country. Yeah, dude, they come down, buy our farms up and plant seeds and houses grow. And then our taxes go up and then they push us out. And it's just life, bro.
I hear you. Fat Cat, thank you for the time. I greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Matt, always.
All right, see ya. All right, that was Fat Cat Noon. We're going to take our final break of the show. When we come back, talk about what we have going on the rest of the week on BTL and take a peek back at the BPT and what's going on there. It's BTL on a Tuesday. We'll be back right after this.
Elite Series Pro Daryl Gleason here. My Pro Guide batteries keep me going on those long tournament days and long practice days. Always plenty of juice, never fail. The best part about Pro Guide batteries, it's the people behind the company. They have over 40 years experience in the battery business, keeping all of us fishermen out on the water longer, catching more fish. Check them out at ProGuideBatteries.com.
What's up, Bass Talk Live fans? Brandon Polnick here. And ever since I won a couple Bassmaster Elite Series events on X-Zone Lures, I've been getting a bunch of questions of what makes them so special and different. And really, the truth is, it's in the details. The little details, things like no cheap fillers in their plastic. That gives you more lifelike action, more realistic and vibrant colors. But don't just take my word for it. Go to www.xzonelures.com and check them out for yourself.
Are you looking to install your own fishing electronics? The solution is the Bass Tank Power Harness. It takes the guesswork out of installation. No more voltage issues or interference. Designed by an engineer so that you can get professional results right there in your own garage. installation done right with the help of the Bass Tank Power Harness. You can feel confident knowing that your installation was done right. The Bass Tank Power Harness. Give us a call or order yours today at thebasstank.com.
Get the best patterns backed by tournament data. Start by finding the best 10% of your lake. Know exactly what to look for and what to throw. After that, just put them in the boat. Try the Deep Dive app today.
Look at that beast right there.
Have you considered purchasing new electronics for your rig? The type of mounts you choose to protect your investment should be part of the decision-making process. No matter if you prefer 1, 2, or 3 graphs up front, Beatdown Outdoors has a solution for you. Adjustable, versatile, rigid, and made in the USA. What's your ultimate electronics setup? Check out the full selection of Beatdown Outdoors products by visiting beatdownoutdoors.com.
Having confidence in your tackle while on the water is one of the main things to success, in my opinion. In the last couple of years with Denali, I've had just that. From anything from spinning rods, casting rods, tungsten products, even now to casting and spinning reels, I have the confidence to go out there and get the job done and know that all my equipment is going to handle it and do it just the way I want it. The thing about Denali is you've got great quality products at a great price point, so make sure you check them out.
All right, welcome back. BTL on a Tuesday, wrapping things up here. Big shout out to Fat Cat Newton for taking the time out there. Like I said, if you guys have any more questions about how you can donate, how you can get involved, be a part of the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic 25th anniversary, looking to raise $1 million this year after $750,000 last year, feel free to DM me, email me, matt@basszone.com. And thank you to all those who have already, I know we've already sold quite a few T-shirts, quite a few of the fundraiser T-shirts. I just checked in with or Bart checked in with Catherine yesterday. So well off and going. The last day to purchase or to donate to get one of those T-shirts, $24.95, is April 14th, because we have to then close the store, get the money for those T-shirts to add to the St. Jude fundraiser total. So like I said, there is live fishing going on as we speak right now. The 2023 Stage 3 Lake Murray, Columbia, South Carolina. Surprised there's a lot of actual herring stuff going on that early, aside from the bed fishing stuff. So early April, the herring bite is on. No surprise, Dakota Hebert all the way up at third. He looks like he's going to make it. JVD 41.12 for his 2-day total. And dude, I like the fact that that they're doing the 5 fish still. I mean, it really shows, 21, 14, 19, 14, they're 25 pounds from yesterday's leader. It shows that Nick LeBrun, it shows that they're catching some big fish there. So tomorrow, we have a very interesting show tomorrow. The website up there, the Western Bass Shootout. If you remember, I had this, I had Ken Ma on couple months ago when they announced this. I believe Jeremy DeHart from Wild West was also on, and they're trying to create a coalition between the major tournament organizations out west. They bring them all together for one classic or championship style event that is taking place in a couple weeks, next week actually, on the Delta. There it is right there. The quest for the best. Top anglers from 4 of the premier tournament circuits out west will shoot it out on the California Delta for a chance. It involves anglers from the Apex Tour, the Western Outdoor News One Bass, the MLF Toyota Series, and the Wild West Bass Team Trail. All independent trails, all coming together to work together to try to provide more championship fishing and big payouts for the Western anglers. We're going to have representatives from all of those organizations on. We're going to have anglers from all those organizations on to talk about the Western Bass Shootout. All right, I think that's all we have for today. Cue the music back up. Big shout out to Fat Cat Newton. Tomorrow we go west as we dive into the Western Bass Shootout. Also, one of the big guys who's behind a lot of this has put a lot of resources and a lot of attention into the West Coast is Rick Pierce from Bass Cat Boats. He's also going to be on to talk about this and the value that is out on the West Coast. So this has been another edition of BTL Bass Talk Live. Tomorrow, the Western Bass Shootout. We'll break it down in depth with like 5 or 6 guests. We'll see everybody then. Later.